Happy Friday, everyone. We have made it through the holiday week, or at least mostly. Uh, I am sorry it took me so long to get on here, and I am still making my coffee, so I am going to switch this around a little bit so that you can see the tarot board, and I have some good lo-fi vibes going on my silent disco going, so why don't you tune into that if you need something in the background. I will turn it up a little bit just so that it's not totally, oh, I guess I'm gonna probably put mute on while I'm downstairs though. But I'm here. Should we get a little razzmatazz here? Oh, we got some fun things. I don't think I want any of that stuff though. Oh, they don't have all the ones I was using before. Oh well. Let's do something like, there we go. Oh, that's always nice. I like that one. Okay. So I'm going to switch this around for the board so that when I get back with my coffee, we can get going with some tarot cards. Hello, everyone. Thank you for waiting. I was getting my coffee. Gotta have coffee if we're gonna do tarot. So I'm still figuring out my layout for the day. I hope everybody had an amazing holiday if you celebrate. Okay. I try to have this stuff already set up before you guys even get here, but today has just been one of those days. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah, and if you're ever in here and I don't respond, it's usually because I'm doing something else, or sometimes if I don't have my mic on, if I'm not able to, then if I'm away from my computer, I can't really, um, yeah, if I'm away from my computer, I can't, I stream on my phone, so I can't text you back or comment back. But I appreciate everyone who stops in. Make sure to follow, do all that other fun stuff. Um, For those that are new here, I am Aurora and I am a thanatologist and I am a mom. I mean, first and foremost, but I do tarot readings, Reiki sessions. I do pet Reiki, so um, that's actually one of my specialties, actually, is working with animals. So I'm starting by shuffling my spirit animals, speaking of animals and pets. And the way I do this is a collective reading. And so for the most part, I just draw as for the collective, not for anyone specifically. At the end, if there's been someone who has been involved throughout, then I will, let me double check that my sound is okay, since my mom's not in here right now to tell me my sound's okay. Or maybe she is. Yeah, and if you're ever over on my other channel, that is like my 24-hour feed that I try to keep on for information and for gaming. A lot of people here that follow me on YouTube aren't necessarily here for the gaming aspect, so I don't know, I'm trying a few things. I don't know if I like it or not, though. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I appreciate your continued patience with me. Continued patience with me. You probably. That's hilarious. Okay, anyways. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm going to put it this way now so that maybe we can actually see what's going on the board. Now that I kind of see how everything's oriented and all that fun. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I am still needing something to hold my phone. I actually have a good idea. Mm, okay. Just got to get it propped up right. Otherwise, I can't do any of the shuffling. There we go, maybe. Sorry, guys. Usually try to have this way more set up, but we'll work with it, won't we? I'm glad you can hear me. I finally have coffee, which for anyone that is a coffee drinker, you know. If you know, you know. So, I will go back and start again. My name is Aurora, and I live in Minnesota. I'm a tarot reader, a gamer. I'm a spoonie. For any of you that don't know what that is anyone with any chronic conditions, chronic pain, chronic. I like to start by doing some kind of spray. Everything about the senses that's what you want. You want anything that has to do with the senses. So that's why it's nice to even have something to drink or eat, a snack or coffee or something that you like to drink. And just try to utilize as many senses as you possibly can. It just will definitely help connect you more. Okay, I'm going to adjust one more time just so that I can maneuver around without bumping into things 80 times. Because of course I sat down, and if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I almost always sit down and I can't find my tea light or something to light the tea light, or both. This time it was just the light itself. So here we go. There's our light. The way I like to light it is because this is for everyone. This is for whether you're a Christian, whether you are Jewish like me, whether you are, you know, pagan, it just Buddhist, it doesn't matter. I embrace a lot of religions and I. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's from the other channel, sorry. Okay, so usually the people get to see this are on Patreon. That's where all the behind the scenes, like, oh, look. Oh my goodness, come on, we're lighting this candle. And I like to do just a simple blessing. I just say, bless this space and bless this face. And bless your face too. Thank you for showing up. And this is one of my favorite little lights. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna kind of go out. That's not nice. Um, I'm still thinking on how to do this because I do need it up a little farther. So maybe. Hello, everyone. I see people kind of coming in, staggering in. I'm still kind of starting. Anyone who knows me knows I'm going to sit and fidget with things for 80 days, and then, you know, I'll wonder why nobody watches my streams. But, I'm being real. Definitely being real. How about something like, and I can't see you guys. I can't see what you're saying if I do that. Oh my goodness. I want it up farther so you can actually see the board. I suppose I can just hold it like I usually do. Maybe I'm thinking too much into this. So I am going to put down the phone enough so you can kind of watch. Here, we'll do while I shuffle. You can just watch the pretty light. How's that? Watch the pretty light while I shuffle. You'll hear me shuffling. First, I'm going to shuffle the spirit animal deck. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Hello, hello. anyone who is here with us today. I hope you guys are doing well. The way I usually do my tarot readings is I like to start and end with an animal, a spirit animal. Not only is it, I just love animals, but also because they have great little inspirational sayings. Hi, Mom. Thanks for stopping in. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. Imagine that. But I guess, isn't that life? That's what we're always doing. Always just trying to figure it out. Okay. So, knock on our spirit animal deck so we can cut it. If not, cut the cards. The top one is Grasshopper Spirit, which is hilarious because, Mom, this was one of them we got this morning. So take a leap of faith. I know, this is way close up. It's almost impossible for me to do all of this. But that's okay. We'll start with that. So we're starting with the leap of faith. Yay! Which is how we ended the daily draw today. I will take that bottom card. I'm going to keep that to the side, and that's how we will end. I'll kind of go back a little. I don't have any of my stuff out today. I will show you guys. I mean, my mom knows, but I usually have my mala beads here. Gotta get those out. Oh. I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely winter and my hands are not very happy. They're very chapped and hurt. They're cracked. I know my mom totally understands all about that. Okay, let's get down to work. So now we need, I'm still just, what kind of beads are in there? If I remember correctly, it's mostly jasper beads. Yeah, if you look closely, you can see all the little coda hairs too. And then that is just like a little geode, but it is a dyed one. But it's pretty. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, I'm feeling really out of it today. Well, today, yeah, just today. I think it's partially because I just want to be able to set my phone down. I feel like it's super distracting. Yeah, nothing I have is holding my phone. I used to have phone holders, and now I just use things like my laptop and dumb stuff like that, or boxes. Here, we'll just see what we can do here. Okay. Well, you guys definitely get to see me being real. That's for sure. So I'm just going to set that down for a second. Okay. So anyways, we're back to the actual tarot cards now. And I still don't know how I want to put the phone. There. Now I'm shuffling. Because I could do my usual thing and just switch it around, and even though I don't feel like, oh geez, here everybody look at my room. Let's switch it around here. Now you get to look at my keyboard instead for a second. going to let me. Oh, there we go. Hi. Okay. So this is how I usually have been doing it, and I wasn't really wanting to show my face, but I guess this is just how we're going to do it today. And that's okay, because you can still see it. I don't have to show my face too much, I guess. Guess I can put chat back up so I can see what's going on. And we will adjust this a little so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, we'll restart this for the 80th time. But you know, when is life not like that? Okay, are we now ready? I adjusted and then I thought it was going to fall. I just figure you don't necessarily want to see anything besides the actual board. I got random stuff laying all over. Okay, maybe I'm ready now. Maybe. Knight of Pentacles, I guess, is our first card, whether we want it to be or not. So I guess that's how we'll pick the secondary card. So our main theme for the reading is King of Pentacles, or Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, that's, sorry, spaced out for a second. But yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So we're talking about knights are usually very strong energy, leader, but not like king, you know. It's usually a faster energy because, you know, they're problem solvers. Pentacles has to do with anything that deals with your actual, your, you know, if you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs or any of those other diagrams, the bottom is always your actual physical and mental stability, how you're rooted, your base chakra, red. And so it has anything to do with, it can, you know, pentacles can be relationships. It's mostly has to do with home life, work life, anything, and money. That's why they use pentacles. Okay, let's cut this deck. I wasn't going to do it that way, but that's okay. I guess we're going to do 3 cards today. We drew that earlier too, didn't we? Or was that the other day? Yeah, that was the other day. So we got the Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, bottom deck energy, 8 of Swords, it's 5 of Cups. So we've got, and I totally just kind of, I probably should do it in an order that makes more sense to you guys since it's kind of upside down. Grasshopper is how we started. Okay, so we started here with the Knight of Pentacles. That's either a person, it's usually more masculine energy, but you know, with any of this stuff, that's very open. It's just a very strong masculine energy of some sort. And it's a fast energy, it's a problem solving energy, it's a trying to save the day energy. Yeah, so that's the base of it. So maybe taking a leap of faith and going out to save the day and however you're trying to do it. You know, the things that can really be binding you up is this 8 of Swords, you know, which swords, that's, you know, knowledge, that is uh, analytical, that is information, that is thought processes. So that is the big thing. Hello, if you're just entering. Um, so yes, 8 of Swords is much more, you can tell, is wrapped up in, it's obvious she really isn't. but it's how she feels. She feels strangled and tied up. And in a lot of these that show the ravens or crows, because there's a few other in this deck that are like this. And so, Eight of Swords. So, yeah, usually it has to do with some kind of a mental block or mental thought process that you can't get out of, and it's blocking you from being able to take action. Um, and because there were cards falling out, we took this one as well. So we have the Five of Cups. Uh, and this is a lot more about Cups has a lot more to do with feelings, emotions, interconnected with people, your heart chakra. Um, and so Five of Cups, you can tell that, you know, just trying to reevaluate. You can tell that while out of all the fives, because fives usually have to do with some sort of problem solving that needs to be done, you can tell this has to do with, especially if it comes with cups, it's probably who can I trust and, what options are really here and what chances do I take? So, really being caught up in feelings, and maybe the feelings are because of this Eight of Swords. So, that could be. Okay. Well, let's draw a few more cards for this Knight of Pentacles. Let's do two more cards. Mm, mm, mm. And that's two cards right there. So top deck energy would be Queen of Swords. So here we want that queen to come in and help really, really help stabilize our thoughts. Any of those automatic programs in our brain, whether it be from you were told this growing up, or whether it be your own insecurities, whatever it is. So we're wanting to call in this Queen of Swords energy in order to get through that Eight of Swords. That actually makes a lot of sense. I hope that resonates for someone. The bottom of the deck energy is the Chariot, which, for anyone who knows, the Chariot is very fast-paced moving. So that's kind of the undercurrent of that, is maybe it's going back to that idea that we always feel this stuckness, for so long. It just stays and stays and stays. And even right now, I'm sitting here talking to you, as in my brain, I am like feeling the same way and frustrated in the same ways. And then I have to remind myself that if I'm coming on here and talking to people about these things, that I need to try to embrace that too. That, I mean, there is a such thing as toxic positivity, but at the same time, staying in the negative all the time it's not beneficial to anyone. And it just, even in science, it's just attracting like energies. So you want dark energy, put dark energy out there. You want light energy, you want that stardust, you have to put it out there. And you just hope in with whatever faith that you have and whatever God you have, whatever it is. Even if your God is just science or believing in the world and whatever. Um, yeah, it just, I don't know. I feel like eventually it comes back. It just, sometimes it feels like it doesn't, I guess. So let's see what the bottom of the deck gave us for spirit animal. And it is the wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom, which, well, that kind of goes back to here. So this is kind of like turning this knowledge, even though you're really like, it's all stuck up here in the head, but it's like turning those things into wisdom. Chariot probably has to do with like after you take this leap of faith, it probably goes pretty fast. Okay, well, I hope that resonates with people. So to wrap up the collective read, we started with the grasshopper spirit and um, taking a leap of faith, which we pulled as this Knight of Pentacles, which is embarking on something, the things that are really, keeping us stuck, old mindsets, old habits, cycles that we're stuck in. Here we've got trying to weigh out things, feeling kind of really stuck, like, where do we go next? And we're bringing in that energy, that wolf spirit of turning our knowledge. Oops, I flipped it over. Turning our knowledge into wisdom, like this Queen of Swords would. And most likely, once that starts, like most things, once you start, an object in motion stays in motion, all that other fun stuff. So, once it starts, it's fast. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know it's been kind of a cluster. And I've been working a lot on just my brand overall, websites, things like that. And just trying to really hone in on who I am, what I'm wanting to represent, what I want this to be, who the moonbeams are, and attracting the right people. And the right people will be attracted. So it takes a really long time, and I'm constantly reminding myself that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and just keep coming back. And if you want to see, if you're on YouTube, oh well, duh, I'm only on YouTube right now. I'm so used to multi-streaming now. If you are on like Kick, Twitch, you can look up Aurora Moon Tarot there. I'm usually, all of that stuff is pretty much gaming and but it's a lot of cozy gaming and um, word games, puzzle games, things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you can go to my other YouTube channel for that, or you can go to Twitch or to Kick, even though I don't know if I'm going to stay on Kick. I don't know. It's kind of a wasteland there. But anyways, yeah, so I've been very busy. I'm sure you guys have been too. I hope you have a marvelous rest of your day. If you're not ready to leave, though, you can go join me on the other channel. I'm going to be chatting, gaming. I really haven't gotten on to do any gaming today because I've been just messing with this kind of stuff. Yeah, but I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great day.